Welcome to our feminist radical podcast. My name is Moonstone Evernight, spelled with 2 Y's. I'm 5'3", 300 pounds and proud, purple hair, shaved head, supreme member of the Itty Bitty Titty Committee. This here is my partner and love of my life.
Sundance, Scorpio. Round of applause. Thank you very much. I'm a Taurus. I'm a full-blown freaking vegan. I don't even look at cheese.
Blech.
Every Tuesday, I go to the grocery store and display cute cow pictures on the beef. And then I yell at the families passing by who then purchase the beef.
And you always ask them, why should you be scared? It's just blood.
Right.
The podcast. Cue theme song. None of that's true, so we're actually super hot in real life.
I don't yell at people. Very non-confrontational.
I yell at people pretty much 24/7. I'm great at it.
Hopefully being on this podcast will encourage me to yell at people who deserve to be yelled at.
Why not? Dude, yell at everybody.
Why not? Go for it.
They never know what's going on. I don't either.
That's what you realize when you grow up. Nobody actually knows what's going on.
I know. It gets more and more frightening every day, too. I just understand less and less because I feel like I learned more and more.
Yeah.
All over the internet and that bullshit. So we're going to join the internet is what we're going to do.
Yes. We are joining the internet. We have all of our social media set up.
We're going to sit in front of a microphone and talk about periods for an hour.
Let's go.
I hope everyone thinks it's gross and terrible and we make everyone throw up in the process. That's actually the goal with
including
today.
Ourselves. There's buckets all around.
Yeah, we're just watching these blood clots ripen in the room. We are going to do our next Paint with Bob Ross with exclusively period blood.
We're gonna take used tampons.
Go to our Patreon for that.
My dog used to eat used tampons out of the trash. I know. Yeah. Disgusting.
Yeah, mine would eat the pads. Like, it would rip the lining apart and eat just the cottony part and then leave all the sticky shit behind in the carpet. It was so gross.
Disgusting. There's wake up at 3 a.m. and I go in the living room and the trash is just spread out in the living room all over the floor. And she's just been going ham.
and it's just cotton and period blood, so it's gross.
It's not that bad,
but it's not gonna hurt
it's
them.
Not that bad. It's just disgusting.
Unless your dog is super tiny or something.
Which was my dog.
Oh,
it's a tiny little chihuahua, smaller than my cats, which are 12 pounds.
Oh, I know. How does that even get all the way through? It doesn't. They throw it up, don't they?
Oh yeah,
always.
Oh yeah.
Should we talk about
blood?
Yeah, let's talk about blood and bleeding. Are you on your period today, Chandler?
Not today, but maybe soon.
Oh, soon? Coming up?
I don't know. I got off my birth control and now I don't know when things are happening anymore.
Ooh, living life on the edge.
Yes.
Let's go. Actually, please be careful.
Still protected, yes, we are being careful. I can't afford any of that.
I am not going to babysit.
No, I would not ask you to.
I think we know why. I think we know why. Damn, I was kind of hoping we could record this on a day when we both had our periods so we could truly accurately
we
complain.
Tried to last time. Last time we went to record, we had it both on
almost
our
perfectly timed.
And I was very pissed off that day.
Yeah, but I also feel like it would be just a shit show of anger. It wouldn't even be funny. We would just be so
yelling
upset
the whole time.
Just
yelling.
You get cramps? How bad are your cramps?
Yes, I actually get really bad PMS cramps. So I know when my period's coming kind of because it's just awful cramping.
Does anybody in the room, can they tell me what PMS stands for?
Pussy monster syndrome.
Pussy monster syndrome. Might as well be. I think it's
premenstrual syndrome.
Premenstrual. Is it just premenstrual syndrome?
Yes. And syndrome,
I
feel like that's these bitches be crazy. They got some syndrome going on.
Yeah, it's hysteria.
Yes. Fuck that.
I have this list of symptoms here.
I saw this post where it's okay, so 1 week you have PMS. The next week you are ovulating. The next week you have your period.
Yeah.
And then you get 1 week a month to yourself, pretty much. So but then that makes me think, no, it's not just 1 week that you're normal. This is just life.
Yeah.
Until it's not.
For 35, 40 years of your life.
Yeah.
I might be over I have no idea. I know nothing about being a like grown up adult woman.
What, ovaries in like all of this? Me either. Didn't ask.
No, but I mean when they're done. When you go through like menopause and then your like uterus and vagina are like pretty much done with their shit and are like, all right, I'm just gonna kind of exist now. You're welcome. Worry about your butthole because it might slip out soon.
Yeah.
Gotta worry about that. Always wear underwear with your dresses. I'm trying to look up a chart for the menstrual cycle. You can Google the water cycle, and it gives you like this nice flow chart okay, of like the ocean to the sky. So I'm trying to go menstrual cycle 7. Okay, so it's like 6 days, 6 to 7 days of period. No, that's intense.
I usually get 6 days.
Do you really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like a lot. Like the majority of them are 6.
Bleeding is the worst, and it's like you think you're done one day. And it's like...
And then it comes back.
It does.
It clots. So you think you're done, but you have to like continue to...
But then you get the like dry jellyfish the few days after.
That's disgusting, but it's the most accurate.
It's like when they
description.
wash up on the beach, but they've been there for like a day or two. That's exactly what it is. It's so gross.
The best analogy I've heard for it is, like it's been a month of decorating for a party. And then no one shows up. And so the decorations are angrily ripped up and thrown out. Ugh. I feel like everything's being ripped off and thrown away with some aggression.
Because it pretty much is, you know?
Even your body's like, the fuck is wrong with you? Why aren't you having babies?
Yeah. So I have a list of physical symptoms. I guess tell me which ones you've had. Tender breasts.
Yep.
It's like
they feel like they went on a run.
Yeah. It's like, but instead of your muscles... Okay, you know how runners have to like put Band-Aids on their nipples because they'll like rub them sore until they like bleed. Like it feels that way for like 3 days a month, up to like 6 days, where you can feel your shirt on your boobs and on your nipples, and you're just like, why? Bloating, fluid retention.
Yes.
Yeah, I never really like noticed this, but I probably do.
I always did because I've always been like really skinny. So whenever I am carrying some extra weight, I can tell a little bit. Yeah. And like after like I've taken pictures and other stuff like that, I look back, oh, okay, my face looked a little bit whiter there.
That's why I don't know. I don't know the last time I took a picture of myself.
I rarely do.
Muscle aches. It's usually like the thighs.
Oh yeah.
Like super.
And my lower back.
Yeah. And I'm like, I didn't even get any exercise. I didn't burn any calories for this shit. This just happens.
And my stomach and all of those abdominal muscles.
Yeah,
just
abdominal cramps is the next one.
Cramps.
Yeah, joint pain. Yes. Headaches. Mm-hmm. Okay, I get headaches all the time. And I can never tell if they are like normal migraines versus like period headaches.
See, I don't really get headaches. So when I was in high school, there would be times where I got like period cramps and headaches and a stomach ache, like all three.
Yeah.
At the same time. I was like, Mom, come pick me up.
Yeah.
I can't even focus. I need to go sleep.
Oh, acne?
I went off my birth control and my acne is coming back with it's with such intensity. It's awful.
That happens to so many people because a lot of women like take birth control to prevent and like deal with acne.
It helped with my acne, but didn't help with like several other things.
Yeah, it's like what side effects do I want to deal with today?
But I didn't have acne for a year.
Yeah,
because I was taking birth control for a year and then I went off it. And it sucks.
Yeah, gotta get back on that because it sounds like you might need something hormonal. You know?
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, because I had to go like off hormonal birth control altogether. That's another episode. We'll get into all that another day.
Because that's a mess.
Here for the next symptom, it says diarrhea or constipation. Sometimes I like to say and
yes, and. Nobody wants to admit to these symptoms, but everybody like knows. And a lot of guys don't know.
They don't know.
They have. You've heard the term.
You want to talk? Okay. You want to talk about one of the best feelings when you have like a real good period poop and you like pee at the same time and you got stuff coming out of all 3 holes and afterward you like rinse off in the shower and you feel so like clean,
like a new woman,
like a new person.
Okay, I cannot say that I've taken the time to appreciate this intense experience, but
so cleansing. Yeah, get that toxic shit out of here. Drink lots of water.
Do not use a douche.
Never.
That will fuck you with your pH levels.
Yeah, that's how you get yeast
not what
infections.
We mean.
Lower back pain.
Well, yeah.
Obviously. So you got pain in the front and the back and the legs all together all day. Your brain, low energy, fatigue, troubled sleeping. Yeah.
Irritability.
Yeah. No, we haven't gotten to emotional symptoms yet.
Oh, I see. I'm jumping the gun. Look at me.
We're not there yet.
I'm jumping the gun.
Emotional symptoms. Irritability, which I think is what you just said.
Yes.
Anxiety.
Yes.
I've got like crazy, like weird anxiety during my periods where I'm like paranoid and shit. And about things that I normally would never be.
Yeah.
You know, you're sitting there in your stable, happy relationship, and all of a sudden you're like, this person's cheating on me, and they don't even want me to talk to them ever again. And it comes out of fucking nowhere.
Yeah. That kind of shit's crazy.
It just blindsides you.
And it's like,
and it's not based in anything.
No, it's not based in reality at all.
No.
And you'd think like you would have some inclination that you're about to go crazy for no reason at all. And you're about to know that you're about to go crazy, right?
When you think every PMS is going to be your schizophrenic break. Yeah, the next one is difficulty focusing. Yeah, like at school and shit.
Yeah.
At school, my thing was I'd have, again, anxiety that I was like constantly bleeding through my pants.
Oh, same.
I was always terrified of it because girls are mean.
Yeah, they are. They would just not tell you. They would like talk to their other friends and be like, look at her pants. Did you see her pants? And like not say anything to you.
Yeah. I'm going to really like stress to my future daughter or any, I don't know.
Any like person you have some like influence over in the future.
Like keep an eye out for these girls because that is a terrible feeling.
But also don't like intentionally pit yourself against them. But still,
never
like
pit yourself against women.
If they're being mean,
the next generation of women is going to hear "don't pit women against other women" so often that they're not even going to know why we say it.
Right.
And then I'm going to be like, I don't know, watch Queen's Gambit or something.
Watch Mean Girls. Watch any of the chick flicks we grew up with.
And then they're going to be like, "Shut up, Grandma."
Okay.
Sadness, crying spells. I hate the crying spells.
Yes. I just start crying and I don't know why and I can't stop it.
Ugh. This is why women shouldn't be allowed to vote.
Stacey, no.
Because all of this shit drastically changes how I feel about issues in the world. No, it just makes me care far more about them. Instead of being like, I feel like I'm going to totally change my mind on gun rights today because somebody shot their dog. We're going to have to put a trigger warning on this episode for dead dogs.
Yes.
The dog dies at the end.
Sorry.
Periods don't make you drastically change how you feel about a subject, but it will make your emotional response a lot stronger to that subject.
Definitely.
So like, if you're going in to vote on an issue, it's not like, oh shit, I'm on my period. I'm going to totally change my mind and be like, oh, do whatever the fuck you want. Purge day. Oh, I'm so irrational. Like, no, that's not what happens. It's more like you go, you vote or some shit. You go do your job and then you go home and cry so hard you've never cried before.
Yep.
That's period. I only voted for Trump because I was on my period. I don't know what came over me. Man, I just want to be a woman and not deal with periods. I want to be a proud woman
just
with
wait
no
till you're
problems.
50. That's why all this like
you're right,
quote unquote successful women, they're like older. They don't have periods.
I know. I hope that's what's going on and that I'm not doomed forever.
Like
maybe
it just like takes energy. It takes energy. That's like the biggest thing.
Yeah, like Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yep.
She's like killing it.
Yep.
Right now.
I just remember her from Freaky Friday with Lindsay Lohan. And
Me too.
That was such a good movie.
That was a good wholesome mom and daughter movie.
Yes, I really enjoyed that as a child.
Rip Lindsay Lohan though.
Right?
I just have a list of PMS that I think came from like health.com or something. And I'm just going to read it out too fast. Tender breasts, bloating, fluid retention, muscle aches, joint pain, headaches, abdominal cramps, diarrhea or constipation, lower back pain, hot flashes, trouble sleeping, sleeping too much, low energy, fatigue, low sex drives, changes in appetite, food cravings, sweet and salty.
Okay, that just sounds like side effects to a medication.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
That would make the government way too much money.
Do you think the government is giving us periods to buy medication for these side effects?
I'm not sure.
You're frozen right now.
I'm not sure. I've literally
I think
never
Chandler
thought of that
froze.
until just now. Then they would be profiting on both ends. They would be profiting from making us sick so they could sell us medicine and so they could sell us tampons and pads and other
things. I'm saying. That's why they won't. That's why they're like a luxury tax. All of these freaking government secret high up men, they're like, oh no, we know you need these things. We set it up this way.
Just like with razors and wedding rings and just like everything else, you know, like they're like, here, you need these things, right? Like you will not survive if you don't have these things.
Go into debt for your wedding so you can start your life off very, very stressed. I saw an ad today that was for like a loan, like a personal loan thing. And it was like, yeah, don't get cold feet because you can't afford your wedding. Get a personal loan.
No.
And I was like, go to the fucking courthouse and eat some cake.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
I
honestly.
get it. It's special, but like,
maybe
no, that is not the move.
Go buy a white prom dress. Go to the courthouse.
Thrift stores got wedding
some
dresses.
Pictures with your iPhone that you have that you spent a ridiculous amount of money on.
Yeah.
Take some pictures and go eat some cake and invite your friends over to your house. There you go.
Ladies, love your extravagant life, but like some of it you're gonna have to DIY.
You don't have to fucking go into debt to have a wedding.
Please don't go into debt. Have your glorious wedding at 50 if you want. Then you'll see who your true friends are.
Or
they
just
stick around till you're 50.
Throw a bomb ass party.
Yeah.
Dude, like go all out.
Save, yeah.
Buy the DJ. No, not buy the DJ.
Buy the
not
DJ.
like our slave.
We're so off topic.
Blood.
Blood. Dun dun.
It's just blood. And like not other things too, maybe.
Yeah, it's
but
mostly
blood.
uterine lining.
Yes. And it's, yeah, honestly, it's not a lot of just like what you would think.
The first and second day are mostly blood.
True. The first and second day. The first day of a period is the
second day
worst. For me, always the worst.
Oh man, you wake up that second morning and just a waterfall rushes out of your vagina.
Hate it.
And you're like, I
have
hope
to
the
go
pad
live
stayed
now?
okay throughout the night.
Okay, so I have a question.
Yes.
When did you get your period? Because I feel like that's something, you know, relatable we can share.
Yeah, I've been trying to remember, but I remember my first like uncomfortable story from like an early period. I want to say I got my first period in like late elementary school, like 5th grade probably.
Damn.
But at like 14, when I was in 7th grade, I went to a pool party over the summer, and it was the first time I had to like learn how to use a tampon. And I cried so hard. I was so upset.
You told me that, yeah.
It was so like not right.
Yeah.
And yeah, like my mom was like, yeah, you just like put your leg up on the bed or up on the toilet, and you put the plastic applicator in, and it's like not lubricated.
No, it's
and
not.
It like hurts.
Yes, the first time ever, because you don't know what
you're
doing.
Yeah. And like probably like the first 5 times I did not get it in all the way.
Oh no, that's the worst feeling.
It hurts.
It's the worst
bad.
feeling ever.
So bad. Yeah, because it just like scrapes your labia all day. And it like starts to fall out and shit. Oh, it's nasty. It's pretty gross. I see that face.
It is gross. Sorry, guys. Not sorry.
Not really. Okay, but it was a pool party, and yeah, but I definitely didn't get it like in all the way. And you know, it's one of those pool parties where your crush is there because you're 14 and you are in love with literally every person always.
Right.
And I'm like just kind of sitting like in the pool. Like I'm at a middle school dance, like my hands are at my side and I just have my feet crossed.
Taking up as little space as possible.
As little space as possible. Just like, you know, not really saying much, just and like I kind of jiggle and it like slips and I feel it into my bikini, like up my butt.
Oh no.
And I am like, you know, kind of put my hands behind my back and I'm like, okay, all right. I'm just gonna leap out of the pool and run to the bathroom full speed with my hands on my butt.
Oh wait,
like
you were in the pool right
I was
then?
in the pool.
I see. I thought you were like sitting on like the edge or something. Okay.
Yeah, but like
still.
But it wasn't even that I looked like I had a tampon in my swimsuit. I looked like I had just shit myself and ran into the house still wet.
Yeah.
Like imagine this girl just leaps up and runs into the house.
You're in like 7th grade and you're like, damn, this girl just shit herself.
I know. It's that crush you're still embarrassed by.
That's really funny.
Okay, what was your first?
I got my period in 7th grade.
Gotcha.
And for me, it wasn't like a big deal, like at all.
Yeah.
I was like, Mom, I got my period. Let's go get some pads. She's like, okay, we're gonna go get pads. But with my sister, she kind of like hid it from my mom for like a couple hours.
Oh.
And then like came to her and was like, Mom, I think there's something wrong with me. I was like, what? What are you talking about?
What's going on? Do you need something? Are we going to the
hospital?
hospital?
She told her, and she's like, Amanda, you're fine. You just got your period. And I was like, wow, Amanda, good job.
Good call.
You knew you're this age.
It's just blood. Go get some cold water, run it across your pants, hang them over the shower curtain.
Just the look on her face, how scared she was. She was like pale white.
Yeah.
It was
I know.
really funny.
I have the memory of being like, Mom, I think I started my period. And she's like, oh, yep. And let me go grab some pads from the bathroom.
And I also remember immediately my dad being like, oh no, talk about that in the other room. That's so gross.
My mom was like your dad and your brother shouldn't know that you have your period.
Yeah. I don't. No, I think it's not a big deal.
But it also is like your siblings' right to make fun of you. So if you really want to give them that ammo, that's kind of on you.
There's no way my brothers were not going to not make fun of me for multiple other things.
Sweet. Since we're talking about tampons, you want to get into some products?
Yes.
The number one is pads, obviously. That's like everybody's first.
Yeah, that's the first thing I use.
Yeah, that's everybody's first thing. Because you're not going to go straight from bleeding out of your vagina to shoving things in it.
I was 12. I was 13. I did though know girls who got their period in like 5th grade.
Yeah.
I knew several girls. They were all like much taller than me, much more developed than me at that point already. So it kind of made sense.
Do you remember the first time you heard about like toxic shock syndrome?
When I opened the box for it and read the thing, and then my dad came in the room and he's like, hey, have you heard about toxic shock syndrome?
Your dad?
Yes.
Oh my God, gross.
Because every time it was like a life or death thing. Like toxic shock is rare, but at the same time, like
it
will
makes
fuck
it
you
seem
up.
like it is.
The boxes make it seem like it's imminent. Like it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So I was like a little freaked out, and so I would only leave them in. I remember the first like few months, I guess, that I had my period. I would switch them out like every 6 hours.
Yeah. Does anybody in the room know what toxic shock syndrome is?
To absorb like some of the really toxic stuff back in. I remember I looked it up because you were talking about it, and I didn't know exactly what it was, and it's like.
I was going to call you out for mansplaining, and then I was like, wait, I asked. Does anybody know the answer? Shut up! Yeah, it causes like seizures.
Yeah, I know. Seizures. It really fucks.
Intense cramps and vomiting and like.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you
really
like
not a great thing.
Yeah, but toxic sauce syndrome. We learn about that at 12 years old and think about it every time we open a box of tampons.
Yes, and see that little slip.
Fun fact, pads and tampons are like pretty bad for the environment.
Yes, they are.
Period blood is not great for the environment, but there's a lot of plastics like in tampons.
True, and
especially
like,
American.
The applicators.
Yeah.
Are all like plastic. Even if you buy, like I have no idea if buying organic tampons does anything.
I never know either. When it
they're-
says organic, I just assume it means the cotton.
But they
then
have plastic applicators and plastic
a bunch of them say recycled.
like things or whatever.
Luckily, there's an environmentally friendly version of everything.
True.
So you can buy like cotton pads that you like clip underneath your undies and stuff, and you like wear them and wash them. But I cannot imagine how those don't like leak. How absorbent can they really be? I feel like it constantly spill out the sides.
I feel like we should get some, because I honestly want to try some of those like underwear that like actually like absorbs it or whatever.
We're getting there.
Right. I want to like buy some. Like try them out.
If anybody wants to sponsor our feminist podcast and donate things to us, we will absolutely do like a tier list or some shit. Yeah, but they do make period underwear, and I was looking that stuff up. It's like $80.
Really?
For a pair.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
but it
rough.
ranges from like meh absorbent to like super absorbent, and it's like I have no idea what that means. Actually, it usually says like this many like ounces of blood.
Right. But I don't know how many ounces I bleed.
I don't know.
I've never measured the amount of blood that I bleed.
I know.
Adult diaper work?
I don't want to wear a diaper.
No.
I have no idea.
Your girlfriend comes to bed in a diaper and it's like, not tonight, babe. I'm on my period.
Some people might get really excited by that.
Oh my god. That's disgusting.
They make like cute, sexy, like period underwear.
They do. That's true.
I
It's
know,
like
it's like-
slim. Like it's like
Nike makes period like running tights, like yoga pants.
that you just bleed into while you're running. Where does it go? Down your leg?
It's supposed to be like super duper
just, like,
absorbent.
trails down your leg as you're running. That would be
it
disgusting.
absorbs down your leg. I know it.
I don't
They come
like
in black. They come in black.
Please tell me they come in red.
They
Please tell me they come in red.
Nike. I want a pair of red yoga pants, please. I will
Sponsor us
you'll
and give me
sponsor-
some
I
red
need a
period
sponsor.
yoga pants.
Please,
I will wear them.
And I guess like do you like wring them out, or do you put them in the washer?
I feel like you would wash them every single day.
You would have to, or you'd have to have like 6 pairs, which is they're like $200.
So you wear
they're
them.
$200 a pair.
You 200.
They are $200 a pair.
So you
from
wear
Nike.
them maybe once a week. The week that you have your period, once a month. You might get
Yeah.
12 wears out of $200 leggings, unless you want to wash them every day.
And like, do you wear them all day and like you're still like when you pull your pants down to go to the bathroom, do you just have red all across like
The inside of your legs.
the inside of your legs? You ever used a period cup?
No.
Have you ever wanted to?
No.
Okay.
I don't know, actually.
Yeah.
I don't kind of
You want to find out right now?
I heard of period cups when I was in 5th grade. I heard that my friend's mom used them
In 5th grade, you heard this?
because they were talking about periods, and I was like, damn, I want a period.
Okay, all right.
And it made no sense because when I got my period, I was like, why did I want this? This is torture.
Right?
Literal
You're like, why did I hype this
pain
up?
and torture. I hyped this up too much.
It's like, oh, I have this again tomorrow.
And the next day, and the next
and
day,
the
and
next-
then next month,
And then next
and
month.
then the month after that.
And it kind of gets worse over time and
Yeah.
then gets better later.
Yeah. But Diva Cups, I heard about it in 5th grade, and I just thought it was I was like, how would that work? It would just fall out if you weren't holding it in. How do you not just spill blood everywhere? How do you not? How is that
Did
just
you-
not
when-
the messiest thing ever? I didn't
Every
ask those
time-
questions. No.
Every time you met that person's mom, were you looking at her butt to see if her
No,
period cup was spilling out?
I didn't meet her mom very often at all.
Do you know how they work? Do you know how periods cups work?
No.
I hadn't heard about them till I was till I was like 20. So period cups are made of like a silicone, right? Oh. Thanks. Period cups are made of silicone and they're all like squishy. Do you know how big they are? They're about the size of like one of the little like mouthwash cups.
Okay.
They're little tiny things and they're kind of shaped like...
Yeah. I've seen. They're shaped like the end of a condom. That's been
I guess they do. They like you like fold them up into
We're all
either
doing like the hand motion.
but it like tapers down.
Yes.
So you like fold it up, you like squish one of the insides, one of the open parts inward and shove it up in there, and you take your finger and it like pops open.
Yeah.
And you take your finger and you push it up there real good and it suctions to your uterine lining.
Oh my God.
So, yeah. So it collects the blood over like 12 hours.
Okay.
And then you stick your fingers back up in there. Mm-hmm. You release the suction. It goes, and then it like squishes the blood all out and you dump it out in the toilet or in your bath. And
does it like make a mess when it unsuctions? Things tend to usually make a mess when they like
not particularly because it's happening inside you.
Okay.
And when you pull it out, it's mostly just like runs down your hand.
I
you don't. You do this in the morning. You don't do this like at work and shit. Unless you have to go to the bathroom at work and you poop and it becomes like dislodged.
Oh, because you've been like.
Yeah.
Okay, that kind of happens with tampons sometimes too, though.
It's the same thing, but yeah, it'll like become unsuctioned while you're pooping, and blood will just like fall out of your vagina, and you've got to re-suction it. I tried one of these for a while. They come in like a bunch of different sizes. All of them are size uncomfortable.
It ranges uncomfortable to uncomfortable.
It ranges uncomfortable to will not go in.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and you're supposed to like lube them up or something beforehand.
With what?
But then you
lube,
blood or lube. Blood works really great most of the time. Everyone in the room did not like that.
How does it like being in there for so long, like pooling, not cause the toxic shock?
Toxic shock syndrome doesn't actually happen as quickly as it says on the tampon box. It can usually take like days before you start getting like vomiting and stuff, and that's if you leave a tampon in there for a long time. I know the silicone doesn't actually absorb any of the blood, so it doesn't absorb in like with chemicals. It's caused by the release of toxins from the overgrowth of the bacteria called Staphylococcus aureus, or staph, which is found in women's bodies.
So it's a staph infection.
Yeah, it looks like it, especially those who...
I've had a staph infection on my face in first grade.
Gross.
It was fun. It wasn't fun at all. It hurt.
A tampon saturated with blood is a supportive place for rapid growth of bacteria. It also seems to matter when the tampon is made of. Polyester foam provides a better environment for growth of the bacteria than either cotton or rayon fibers. In some cases, resulting from menstrual sponges, diaphragms, and cervical caps, the device has been in the vagina for a long time, more than 30 hours. In the case of sponges, pieces of the sponge can remain in the vagina. So it sounds like
a day or more.
Yeah, it sounds like things that are like really porous are more likely to cause it than...
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, but he was asking like why.
So probably if you had a Diva cup in for 30 plus hours, you would have some issues.
You would definitely start not feeling great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it causes like cramps and shit because it's an overgrowth of staph, which it sounds like those porous just give homes for staph to grow. So that's kind of nasty.
Right.
Make sure you always know what you're putting in your vagina, especially if you're going to leave it in there. I use like a silicone disc.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like one of those. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so it's like a plastic circle ring, and it's got like kind of a trash bag.
Yeah.
Bottom clingy part that just is like a reservoir and sits under the...
What are those like...
Sits under the cervix.
Called?
It's a period disc.
Just disc.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Reusable discs. They've got reusable and like single-use discs. I really like the single-use ones because it was like $12 for like a month's worth.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, this would be much better, and you can buy a reusable one later if you like it, but you don't have to like spend the $50 on the commitment of the silicone one. They also have reusable tampons. Yeah, it's a little gross, and they're usually like stringless.
Have you ever had the experience where you don't have a tampon, you have nothing?
Yes.
You have to like put stuff up there, like toilet paper or something. Like
You put stuff up there?
like not stuff, but like didn't have a tampon. Here goes some toilet paper.
No, don't put it in there.
Okay.
Wrap your undies. Do you just like shove it between the labia or something? That'd
This
just
was
be a
years ago.
towel.
I don't do this anymore.
Oh, thank God.
I don't do.
thought
I
you were
have enough
explaining
tampons
that, like,
all
you
the
know
time.
when you're out of like tampons?
No.
And
No, I would do that when it would be really heavy too. So all of it would come out.
that
pretty
sounds.
much.
How did you not get toxic shock?
Because I wouldn't leave it in there for forever.
Oh,
And I would do that, like, I would do it for maybe like half a day
Yeah.
until I was able to get home and get some tampons. Because I'm at school and I don't have any. And I don't want to use the pads that are like 2 inches thick.
the move is to tie your jacket around your waist. That happened to me once because I was too scared to go to the girls' bathroom because girls are really scary and really mean.
They are. They are.
So yeah, I just straight up like bled through my pants. I look back and cringe at this all the time.
Yeah, periods in high school are rough.
So it's awful.
Especially just being like the dehydrated high schooler I was. Just I never ate enough food. I would never drank enough water.
Right.
Never got enough sleep. And the period on top of all of that just made it was a great day for depression.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I felt like death.
Your brain just started eating itself.
Yes, like there was no learning happening at school when I went that day.
No.
None.
Back to stringless tampons. I like don't actually know how you would remove those because imagine if it's dry. I guess you don't take it out until it's not.
But then what about like towards the end of your period when you're
That's
really
what
not
I'm
bleeding
thinking.
that much?
And I don't want to leave it in for 12 hours. If it's like a cotton reusable tampon, oh, do you throw it like in the washer with like your clothes?
Oh, no.
Do
I
you,
assume
like,
you
rinse
wash that
it on the sink?
separate. No, not where you're no, but like outside in the garage. You fucking put those things in a basket and just hose them down.
Yeah.
Put them in, no, not even in the shower because that's like kind of gross.
It's just blood.
It's just blood, but at the same time, that's a lot of blood.
It is a lot of blood. And do you have to like go take it out of the hose, take it outside to the hose like several times a day?
No, I assume
gotta
you buy
walk out-
more than one
You, like-
reusable
you, like-
tampon.
Right.
You just
You
live
like-
your life with one tampon.
Gross. You like just dip it in the toilet bowl in between changings.
Oh my god! I feel like you would get so like terrible infections.
Yeah.
There's no way you wouldn't get infections.
That's how you get some kind of
I don't even know what you would
STD.
get.
That's a toilet seat
I-
STD. Toilet
don't
seat
even know what you
transmitted
would get.
disease.
TS. It would still be a TS.
TD.
TD, yeah.
TSTDs,
Yeah.
yeah. I found this thing called a 2-in-1 Tampa liner.
Huh.
I don't know if you can imagine it.
Okay.
Tampa
Explain
liner.
this. Or
So-
elaborate.
It's a cotton stick
Uh-huh.
that you shove up into the vagina part, and like a veil essentially sticks out of the opening and sits over your underwear and absorbs the blood that leaks out of the tampon part. So it's supposed to be like you wear the tampon and you would be wearing a separate liner.
So is it both a tampon and
Yeah.
a pad? Do you have a picture? Is this a case of where you think, man, tampon technology has not come that far, and somebody's like, well, look at this.
Well, look at this.
That looks like a sex toy.
What would you even use that for?
So is that just like a little container?
Tampons leak pretty regularly.
Yeah.
That's why
I
you-
always buy the super ones.
Yeah, that's why you wear like a tampon, and in case it leaks in between the next time you can change it, you wear a liner. This would be, instead of buying a box of tampons and a box of panty liners, you would have this 2-in-1 thing where you stick the tampon part up and the pad part just kind of sits outside.
I just don't feel like this
We'll
would be
post a picture on
comfortable.
Twitter and
Yes,
Instagram
yes, and
when
see
this comes
like
out. I know, I can't imagine the part that's sticking out. And there's a string, and I'm not really sure how that part works.
there's a string
yeah, look
for you to just like yank it out. Of course. Wait, but does it come out?
I don't like when you say
which
the
side
word
do-
yank.
Which side do you put in? Which side goes in?
I really thought it was the tampon, like the flat,
Yeah.
the like pointy part.
Yeah.
So you put the boat part against your labia, and then you insert the tampon through the hole in the center of
really
the pad.
complicated for no reason whatsoever.
And now there's a huge ass hole in the middle of your panty liner.
Yeah.
That's a little strange, hun. Oh my god, these are just crocheted ones on Etsy.
What?
These are just crocheted tampons.
What?
Oh my god.
I want to buy
it's
one
eBay.
and
It's eBay.
put it on my keychain.
Yes. They
A crocheted fucking tampon?
$18.
What the fuck? Okay, do you know how fast yarn gets wet?
This is a problem.
Do you know how fast that absorbs
This is
shit?
a problem.
If whoever makes that hear this and want to send us one to try, maybe I'll look at it. We'll see.
I can't even find like reusable tampons on Amazon because they're a bad idea. Also, those 2-in-1 tampon liners are apparently biodegradable, and they were created by Alec Hui. You want to know about some olden period products?
Sure.
Ooh, are you sure you do?
No.
Are you sure you want to imagine people stuffing this stuff up their parts?
Oh gosh.
So in like ancient civilizations like Rome and Greece, they would wrap like lint around wood, just wooden sticks, and put them up there.
Oh no.
Oh
no.
In Japan, they used paper. Native Americans used moss and buffalo skin.
Rough.
And some native islanders used ocean sponges. Let's go. I love that last one.
Ocean sponges, that's pretty innovative.
That's
pretty innovative, yeah.
Cyanide, philinide.
Yeah, honestly. But wood, please no.
I know. That sounds not fun.
Honestly, knowing that now, if I ever get a chance to go back in time, say, ladies, stop putting wood in your vaginas.
Well, what happened after the ancient times, you get into like your Middle Ages and shit, they just stopped using period products.
They just
free
bled everywhere?
Yeah,
Wow.
well, I guess
Did they just wear enough layers to wear?
Yeah, everything that I read was saying that people were just kind of nasty. They'd shit in the streets. Like, there was no, like, active cleaning system. People bathed, like, once a week, maybe, if they had access to it.
Yeah, that's true.
People were sick all the fucking time. Yeah. So, yeah, women just, like, bled on their, like, cloth diapers that they made. I bet they wrapped extra long. Also, there was a problem because a lot of women couldn't read or write for large portions of history. There's not a whole lot of old writing about what it says. So
and
it's written by monks who are virgins,
and they're not going to know about any of that.
They work for the church, so they're not really going to know
any of that.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, I wish I was like fucking Gwyneth Paltrow or something. Be like, my vagina hurts. Let me stay in my room all week and make some gadget that makes it not hurt anymore.
Yeah, I'm going to meditate. I'm
going to put rocks in it.
I know. That's a pretty common thing from what I hear.
Yeah. There's like these
reasons.
rocks that you can get that like train the muscles to make it tighter.
Yeah, like Kegels.
Yes.
Yeah. I want somebody to donate those and we'll... I don't know how we would do an episode about that.
Maybe privately try them and then just compile
we could have
video
like
footage.
We could stand behind like a tall table. We could stand behind a tall table and just like put them up there. We could wear skirts.
Eggs.
We'd wear skirts. I don't think they're eggs.
Okay, they're not eggs.
Can you
they're
imagine
shaped
putting an egg
like
up there?
eggs.
Just gross. So you do have sex on your period?
Sometimes. Oh, it's honestly, if I don't, it's because I don't feel like cleaning up.
I always think the move there is shower sex.
I wish we had a huge shower.
I know. The dream is a gigantic bathtub.
Even just to have for myself.
Yeah.
Just to like
Isn't
take
that such like a luxurious waste? Mm-hmm. These filthy American rich kids want their giant bathtubs to what? Fill with hot water?
Yes.
According to health.com, 15% of women have normal sex during their period.
Yeah.
Put a towel down, or they wear a cup, or a stringless tampon. 48% of women avoid all genital stimulation. Just don't touch. Not today. 41% will pleasure their partners. And that's sweet.
Yeah.
And it makes sense. Because it's like, some ladies get super horny when they're on their period. And it's like, let's get going kind of thing. And it's like free lubrication, you know?
Yeah.
And it's clean. Like, you're not going to get, your vagina's going to clean itself in that process.
It's not, you will not get an infection.
Yeah. You're like less likely to get an infection, I feel like. But it makes sense that also, like, pleasure your partner, you know, having sex on the reg.
Yeah.
Throw a little blowjob here, a little blowjob there. Lick some clit. Did you know that you can get pregnant on your period?
Yes.
Yeah.
That sucks. But then there's definitely times where it's like, okay, I'm maybe a couple days late, but then it's like, with the amount of blood that's coming out of me right now, there's no way there's a child in there.
You want to know all the things that can cause a late period? I have a list here.
Stress.
Yeah. Increased stress, weight gain, weight loss, increased exercise, decreased exercise. You may have polycystic ovary symptoms. You may be starting menopause. Maybe you're pregnant. Maybe you have cancer, celiac, diabetes, hyper or hypothyroidism. Maybe you're dying.
Huh.
So it's like, it could really be nothing, or you should go to the hospital
Right now.
And it's like, we're American, so we we have to pay to go to the doctor.
Yeah.
And it's super expensive.
And you also pay when you're not going to the doctor.
Yeah, and
Insurance.
you mostly just pretend like nothing's wrong
Right.
for most of the time.
You pretend there's
It's gotta
nothing
get
wrong
way
until you can
worse.
afford to go to the doctor, and
Yeah.
then there's something wrong.
Yeah. Or until it's such a problem that now you're in the ER. So
And then you have ER bills.
my mom really told me that God thinks period sex is gross.
What?
Yeah. Before I started having sex, she was like, now make sure you don't have sex on your period, because that's like not okay with God.
Okay, because in Leviticus, Old Testament, it does say to
Do you want
not.
to talk about some things Leviticus says?
It talks about a lot of terrible shit.
No, I want to do a Bible episode.
Yes.
Show up on Sunday for a Bible episode.
It does say to not do that, and many other things.
Isn't
But
Leviticus also
Leviticus-
where it gives you info on how to have a priest perform an abortion for you?
Maybe.
But it's only if your wife cheated on you.
Maybe.
Only if you think your wife's cheated on you. Then God will curse her
I-
and abort the baby.
Bible episode.
Bible episode. According to health.com as well, orgasms can help the cervix lining contract and will provide relief from cramps.
That is true.
I repeat, not sex, orgasms.
Orgasms. Yes, that is true. I can confirm.
I
that.
agree it's true too. I've always heard that like orgasms like numb pain briefly.
Not numb.
Yeah, but it's like, what else are you thinking about?
Right. That's very true.
Like, come on.
But not like numb.
Yeah.
As soon as it's done, it's like, well, okay, yes, that hurts, but not as bad.
But it like, yeah, because it like contracts the cervix lining.
Yeah.
And like helps it release. I also found things that said, don't wear a tampon while you have sex because it can get pushed up in there.
Ooh.
And you have to have it like removed.
Ooh.
But a bunch of these ladies on the internet are saying that you can use the stringless ones for convenience. Like, I don't know about all that.
I don't believe you.
I don't believe them either.
I'm sorry, girls. I don't
Gross.
believe you.
Sounds uncomfortable for everyone involved.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. But like you can have sex with the cups in most of the time.
Yeah, that makes
Because
sense.
they sit high enough that it's not usually a problem unless it's a big old dick.
And that whole thing is
Which like, oh my God. Dick hitting like the cup, I feel like that would hurt so
I feel
bad.
like that would hurt them.
I feel like it would hurt everyone.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Just don't. My recommendation is to just not have sex with anything in there. Just take it out. It'll be better. Okay.
The discs like don't stick down, so I've never had a problem with that.
Oh, okay. Well, see,
'Cause
then
the
there's that.
lining
Yeah.
is pretty thin.
Yeah. So if that's also like malleable, like it like
Yeah,
moves,
It moves out of the way.
Right. Okay.
Sometimes it like leaks.
That's something that's gonna happen if
Yeah.
you're choosing to have sex at that time.
Yeah, that's
feel
part of
like-
that's part of the.
You accepted the terms.
Do we want to do the feminist icon of the week? That's the next.
I didn't find anybody
Oh,
earlier.
wow. You couldn't find a single
Okay.
woman to talk about, Chandler?
Sorry, I kind of found like one.
I picked FKA Twigs because on FKA Twigs song Mary Magdalene in The Genius,
Oh,
she
yeah.
said that a woman's accomplishments are often only valid when they're associated with a man.
Yeah.
Girl power. Go make that pay.
Jamila Jamil comes to mind.
Oh, yeah. From The Good Place?
And Kristen Bell. They both come to mind.
They're pretty feminist. They're pretty sick.
Yes, they are.
I like them. Keep doing your girl thing.
Kristen Bell has like done a lot of stuff for like parents who can't quite like afford certain things.
Let's go. And
Stuff
she
like
got
that.
to play a pretty cool Disney princess that goes on like
Yes.
adventures and shit.
Yes. Okay. Is what's her face?
FK.
Elsa.
Elsa?
Queer.
Kristen Chenoweth? Is Elsa queer? I don't know. I don't see
I've heard a lot.
why
of,
not.
I don't
not.
see why not. I'm just like,
Maybe she's queer in the same way Dumbledore's queer. I guess not. But she was isolated for such a big part of her childhood. So I
Yeah.
feel like Elsa's probably spent most of her time dissociating and hasn't even had time to think about what her real sexuality is.
true.
She's probably trying to figure out how to be a person.
I was waiting for an opportunity to bring up my socks. I bought them in Colorado at a sock store, and they say motherfucking girl power.
You want to shout
They're
out that
purple.
sock store?
It's called Sock'em
All right. Sock'em
in Boulder
in
on
Boulder,
Pearl Street.
Colorado.
There was a guy
check
in
him out.
there.
Some motherfucking
He complimented
girl
my
power.
hat.
Nice.
He was nice. Service was good. We bought our socks. It was great.
You want to get to what might be my favorite segment?
Yes, sure.
This is people who vastly misunderstood periods.
Ooh, yes, this is exciting.
So the writer J.V. Jones wrote a story called Baker's Boy, and this is a little segment from it. As Melly walked, she felt the familiar soreness of breasts and belly that marked the onset of her menses. She felt strangely pleased at this reminder of her womanhood.
Excuse me?
I know!
That's not how that goes.
It's like, oh, you're walking down the street, little tit squeeze. There's a 35% chance I'm going to start my period today.
What a wonderful day.
Yeah.
No. You go, God damn it. I don't have tampons. I need to go to the store.
Yeah, that's usually mine is like, God damn it. Why didn't I get these when I ran out last
Right,
month instead
right.
of waiting until this time?
And I have none now.
I don't think I'll ever improve on that. Ooh, this one is from a classic, Haruki Murakami, who is a little infamous for not understanding how women work. Right. The story it is from is called Men Without Women. My period was getting close, so I was carrying it around just to be safe, a tampon. I hid it in the very back of the bottom drawer where it would be difficult to find. That really turned me on. The fact that a tampon of mine was stashed away in his desk drawer, maybe it was because I was so turned on that my period started almost immediately after that.
What?
And quick little alert, little buzzer sound here.
Brr.
The girl this story's about, 14.
What?
Let's go.
That's disgusting.
Sketchy sketch.
Ew.
What's going on?
Ew.
It's weird. And his wife proofreads the books he writes and let
that go through.
Nothing clicked in her head and was like, I don't know what this means. What do these words mean?
That's awful.
Okay, this is Dr. Dan, a period expert on his new product. It is definitely serious and it's about women. It's not about me. It's not about men. It's about women and the issues that they have with their periods. It's a tough subject to talk about. It's taboo, and a lot of women feel like men shouldn't even be talking about it. It's also an area in the modern world where there's been no innovation in the last 80 years. You know, nothing has changed. I am an innovator, a doctor, and I like inventing. I came up with this idea, and I think it's very elegant. It's going to work, and it's going to be so good for women. It's not a glue, like so many women have been saying. The labia is covered with a mucous membrane, and they normally stick together a little bit. All we're doing is enhancing that attraction so they cling together tight enough to retain the menstrual fluid inside the vagina, in the same place in a vagina that a tampon would be. What?
Sounds like glue.
What? It sounds like glue.
Because that's not
it
true.
sounds like you're gluing the lips together.
That's not true. They kind of stay together because it's like,
Skin.
why. It's skin. it's like,
Well, this guy's a doctor, though.
He's not a woman.
A doctor of what? A doctor of inventing.
Inventing new ways how the women's bodies work, I guess.
I love how he mentioned there has been no new innovation in the last 80 years.
Wrong.
Like, there haven't been many women that came out with, new period cups and whatever the fuck this 2-in-1 Tampaliner thing is.
Yeah.
That's better than gluing your vagina shut. And you can probably pee through that other one.
Yes, probably. Yeah.
This does not sound like glue that you can pee through.
No.
This one is written by a woman.
Okay.
Periods are a patriarchal conspiracy.
Huh?
I don't mean they're not real. They sure are. But there's no way it's natural for a mammal to feel so much pain and bleed so much over a basic biological function. Have you ever heard of other animals bleeding all over the place on their periods? Have you ever heard of animals needing tampons, pads, and so on? Have you ever seen an animal curl up in pain from period cramps? There is no evolutionary advantage to the extra pain that women feel or the bleeding. Yeah, I didn't think so. So where does it come from? Seems like a lot of artificial selection or, eugenics. Men actually fucking planned this. They selectively bred with women that they knew felt a lot of menstrual pain and discomfort many years ago. Knowing that women in the future would feel pain, they want to punish us simply for existing. And that's one of the ways they practice that. Not to mention some other sexually dimorphic traits were heavily artificially selected by men just to punish us and make it harder for us to resist. I don't think I have ever heard anything more incorrect because we are making this podcast because a lot of men don't know how to talk to women about periods and they don't hear how bad periods are.
No.
And I especially love, have you ever heard of other animals bleeding all over the place on their periods?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have.
This is a person who's obviously never had a dog that wasn't spayed.
Fixed. Right.
Yeah. They get their period. It's nasty. Spay your dogs.
Yeah, it gets everywhere.
Spay yourself, weirdo.
Yes, we're all a part of some government-funded project to advance.
Hail Hydra.
Hail Hydra.
Do you think Black Widow has periods?
No, she doesn't.
Oh, you're right.
She told us that she was fixed, which is fucked up.
That's kind of neat, though, that they brought it. Well, no, I guess it wasn't brought up in that context.
It was brought up in
what was the context?
Age of Ultron, and Banner was like, "I can't have kids. With the way that I am, I can't." She's like, "Well, me either. I can't get pregnant."
Oh, okay.
So if that's your worry, well, you can stop worrying.
Okay.
Yes.
This is not an ad for Black Widow.
No. Or Disney Plus.
Please, Disney, don't sue us.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Sponsor us?
You want to do a few quick reminders before we skedoodle out of here? You can donate to our Patreon.
Oh, yes. Patreon, we have Twitter.
We have Patreon at patreon.com/justblood.
We've been saying it this whole time.
Yes. ITSJUSTBLOOD.com. Nope, the .com comes before Patreon. No, it doesn't.
It'll be in the description.
In the description, it's patreon.com/itsjustblood
yes.
pod. You can find us on Twitter at It's Just Blood Pod. You can find us on Instagram, also at It's Just Blood Pod.
Yes.
And you can find us on YouTube as well, which is probably where this will be posted. We will probably be making bonus episodes. Actually, we will be making bonus episodes, but we cannot upload them until we get our first Patreon. So if you want to see us do arts and crafts or something, that's probably what we're going to do.
Brainstorming ideas and shit for that today.
We're probably going to do tie-dye and makeup and paint with blood.
I thought we could watch movies and TV shows, old movies and TV shows, and react to how misogynistic they all are.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
Well, donate to us if you want that stuff.
And you'll be able to see more stuff. I'm not going to tell you all my ideas.
Also, if you really hate the show, let us know. If you truly cannot stand the idea of two women talking for an hour,
continue to watch.
Donate our Patreon, and we will read your hate mail in our stupid
We'll
voices.
give you some exposure. We'll give you 15 minutes.
Some quick relevant news. Boys, if you want to support the women living in Afghanistan,
Yes.
make sure to jerk your dick to every picture of the Taliban that you see to ensure they go to the very hell that is they believe is invented for you. I think that's all we got for today.
Yeah.
So thank you, and you'll hear for us next week unless we are
yeah.
murdered by incels.
Right. Have fun with your tampons and do not get toxic shock syndrome.
Yep. Remember to take your tampons out. Thank
Yeah.
you.
All right. Goodbye.
Bye.